It's another beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's the second to the last Tuesday of the month. It's the 23rd of June 2026. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. We have Dr. Michael in the studio for our every Tuesday morning dose.
So come into this place we have, where we can share everything. He's talking therapy.
Good to have you always.
Islamiyah, purple gown. I've never seen her.
Thank you.
I said that this morning. I looks really
you.
lovely. That she
Thank you
just
so
looked very
much.
bright this morning.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's looking well relaxed.
Yeah, let's get into today's conversation. On Sunday was Father's Day, you know, and there was a subtle message. There are a couple of messages that I saw, and it was subtle. You know, there were couples or wives and some children who were very intentional about it, and then there were wives and children who were not intentional about it, and maybe different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
But I think about 3 different stories on the internet caught my attention. The ones where the men had to be the one to tell their wife Happy Father's Day before they realized that it was Father's Day. And then, you know, they said it jokingly. They were trying to make light of the situation. But within the joke, you can tell that, well, it's a globally celebrated day now. So I feel like you should also know about it. So when they say Father's Day, you should be the one. I should wake up in the morning to you telling me Happy Father's Day. But you know, a few men had to say, they had to tell their wife Happy Father's Day, and they were like, oh, today's Father's Day. But nobody makes that mistake if it's Mother's Day or if it's International Women's Day or International Day of the Girl Child. It's like there's a whole trumpet around it.
Go straight to the point.
And it just got me thinking as to, you know, who is supposed to blow this trumpet? Of course, it's supposed to be men. Men are the ones that are supposed to make a big deal out of it. Women make a big deal out of Mother's Day, out of International Day of the Girl Child. So if anybody's going to make a big deal out of it, men have to be the one to make a big deal out of it. We shouldn't outsource the celebration of men.
What about your Father's Day program? That program that you said you wanted to do?
We wanted to do it, but we didn't have funds.
Exactly my point. So
We
you're
didn't
talking
have
about
funds.
men blowing their trumpet.
Yeah.
Men don't really have the push to promote themselves.
It was International Women's Day now. If you don't see one NGO, we go drop money.
Yes, and so men naturally don't really are in need of a push, and I would not encourage men to look at the society for
that.
push.
Yes, you have to source it internally.
Yeah,
Within yourself, within your friends, within people. You have to be intentional about. And shout out to some churches. I was in a church on Sunday afternoon for a meeting. I'm working on an event with some group of people, and the meeting was, the venue for this proposed event is a church auditorium, and I figured that they did like a whole Father's Day celebration for the men in the church, and I think it was like a big deal. It's like a big deal. There was also a video of a guy who talked about how he doesn't like his father, you know, and how the relationship between him and father are not great, and he talked about how the punishment his father put him through, and you know, just some emotionally unintelligent fathers that are out there. There are lots of emotionally unintelligent fathers out there. A friend of mine was still, you know, telling to me about a situation that happened, and when she told me the things the father said, I was like, come on, man. There's no defending you in this situation. My friend is always the bad person, but in this situation, you said the wrong things. You know, when we think of the role of fathers in society today, it's a very huge role. We have seen how that lacuna of the agenda of a single motherhood has grown over time, and that space it creates in society. When you sit down with men and you sit down with fathers, what is something you want fathers to remember or to know?
Yeah, a major issue that men have is expression, ability to be able to express themselves.
Yeah. I was listening to the Ebuka's Mentality podcast, and they said something that got me. It says, anger is a more acceptable emotion to express than vulnerability for men.
Yeah.
That hits me badly. I was like, why? I'm like, that's so true. We rather see men angry than vulnerable.
I don't want to see an angry man. Trust me, I don't like angry men. I would rather you're vulnerable than you're angry and you're shouting all over the place. Because talking about that, that's why some people have terrible relationships with their fathers. Because they've seen their fathers always shouting and they have promised themselves that I don't ever want to end up with somebody that cannot, just be calm and say, oh, why did you do this thing? Why do we always have to shout? People call it, they make it like a joke, but daddy issues.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of girls, have that.
Yes.
There's hardly, if you pick about 10 girls, you're asking about 5 of them probably have daddy issues. And that's that space that is supposed to be filled by a father that is alive but not present is also there. So how do we begin to, because it's becoming something that is very rampant, where there's nothing you can do about it anymore because the children are getting older maybe and they cannot go back to undo all of the things that they've done. But what can we begin to do about fixing the relationship between father and children, changing the mindset that the children belongs to the mother, as long as I bring the money home everybody should be fine? How do we begin to walk around? Because if they are present, that they can be celebrated. People that their fathers were present were celebrating their fathers on Father's Day, writing a lot of things about their fathers. So how do we begin to change the mindset of the society that you are not supposed to just be financially responsible for your children? If you want a bond, you want to be celebrated, you have to actually work for it.
So ladies that have very good relationship with their fathers end up becoming very good ladies.
Mm.
So if you are a lady and you are listening to us and you don't have a good relationship with your father, you may look okay outside, but you are not okay. It may not be obvious now. It may become obvious when you don't want it to be. So you want to make sure that you and your dad are back together, whatever is going to cost you. And what is going to happen is, don't forget that you are expressive naturally. So it's going to be a two-edged sword. You're going to end up helping yourself, and then it's going to also help daddy to become a better person. Because the reason why he's not really doing well or he's not happy is because he's not expressive. So, and for men who want to get into a serious relationship with women, you just have to be sure that that woman has a very good relationship with her father.
So it's almost as important as knowing everything about the person you want to be with, but also finding out what's their relationship with their father. So are you saying that asking them, knowing the relationship with their father should be a ground to break up?
No, don't let us. Let's try to rephrase it.
Okay.
Should be a grounds to.
It's not a green flag.
It's not a green flag. It's a red flag. Ooh, yeah.
So
okay.
Before I can start a serious relationship with you, I need to see you get back with your father. Because no matter how much
your father,
how much she says she loves you, she's nurturing unknowingly certain things inside her that she's not even aware of.
That's it for the boy child.
Yeah, obviously. But what we have seen is that men have a kind of women look for stability, and so the girl child looks to the father
for stability.
In
the case where there is no father, where the father has passed on, or they are from separated homes, what role must the mother and sometimes women try to fill that role. And by the way, if you're a woman and you're wishing yourself happy Father's Day, shame on you.
Why?
Shame on you. Or wishing yourself happy Father's Day on Father's Day, shame on you. Just shame on you. Seriously, I just feel like it's an unnecessarily toxic environment you're creating for yourself.
By wishing yourself
because you're saying, I'm the one taking care of the child. Nobody's fighting that with the woman.
No, but if the person wants to celebrate themselves, go on.
But
if the father was doing it, you can't post on Father's Day.
It's not about the man now. That's, I think, when any woman I've seen that posted that is you still feel like it means that the woman misses the man.
Really?
I think so.
A single mother who the father is still alive, the husband is still alive, but he's not just available.
Yeah.
You too, you need to be checked.
The woman, right?
Yes. Why did you marry that kind of man?
Buy money.
Have you now dealt with what was the knowledge gap inside you that made you marry that kind of man?
Hey,
I think
knowledge
that
gap.
well, I think the maybe making the decision to leave already means that something has happened.
Decision to, you see, when it comes to marriage, people need to understand that it's more than just living. You've had sexual intercourse. Person's already part of it.
Okay.
There's a whole ceremony around it.
2, you already have probably one way or the other, you guys are already inside each other. So this culture of if something is not working, I have to drop. Even in therapy, if for example we see 2 phlegmatics, we advise against 2 introverts getting married. So if for any reason we see a couple having issues and we already see some non-green flags, what we do is we try to look for areas of common interest, and we don't ask them to leave themselves.
What if it's bad? Like this morning, there was a story in the papers about a case of domestic violence, and we're talking about
That one you leave.
Because we're talking about a girl that was, we don't know this situation, but I mean, she got married at 15. The man has been abusing her. She's 18 now. They wanted to arrest the man, but she was like, oh, they should not arrest him because the family would hate her more because they never liked her. They would think that she's trying to like implicate him. In that kind of situation, if she has a child, she has to make a choice for the child and for herself.
The man that will beat you, you will see it during
But
the
she was
relationship.
15 years old when she got with the guy.
15 years old was which year?
15 years old. That if she's 18 now,
She's
that's
just
that's
3 years.
2023.
2023. A 15-year-old 2023 Gen Z is not a 15-year-old.
But does this still? It's
Even-
still a child.
Let's
though.
assume that she's slow like millennials who are 15 years old, because a Gen Z 15 years old is not the same as a millennial 15 years old.
True.
So let's say she's slow. Millennials, but she's very slow like millennials. And probably they forced her into getting married. She has to see a professional to be able to go through the process. She can't afford to harbor the anger forever. Angry with the parent and angry with the man.
How would she know that she's a child?
A 15-year-old child,
Because I mean, it's different for like somebody that's an adult, right? But like
think
for a
they know.
child, seriously.
It's because we think about how this Gen Zs are developing and how they are growing.
But do you know that there's also the part of what you're exposed to?
Yeah, even
So
at
when
that,
we're talking
even
about
at that,
Gen Zs,
they know.
Yeah.
There's a video on TikTok that I saw, I think it was 2 days ago, of a girl who had her nudes on TikTok, right? And she came back to make another video. Said she doesn't care what people think. So there was a knowing, even with the nudes being posted on, and this is, I think she's maybe 21.
That's 21. We're
So
talking about
what I'm trying to say is that parents need to start helping their children to start taking responsibility for their lives as early as possible. And because that 15-year-old lady cannot forever say, the parents are living their lives, she is living her life. So when is she going to take responsibility for her life? You know, we're in this part of the world where people are always saying the government should do this, the government has to do this, the government has to do that. That has also entered into people's consciousness of if something happens to a person, the person tries to look outward for who to blame or who to take responsibility. Whereas I am the one to take responsibility for every single thing.
Yeah.
And how many of us are aware of that? How many of us are living it? And how many of us are aware of what it takes to take responsibility for our lives? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like,
I do get it, but I also am just looking at it from a place of exposure. Like, there are children that they know, because I mean the parents have done the responsibility. In the case where the parents have not, a child grows up, the parent really did not care about the child, just fend for yourself. They went to go and borrow money. They say, oh yeah, let me use it to take the child since I don't have money to pay. There's a knowledge gap to the things that they have access to. So they might know that something is wrong, but because that's what has been normalized in the society where they are, or the community where they are,
They accept that
they have to accept it that, oh, let me just go
that's
on.
a child, Abby.
That's a child.
Let's give it to them. What about 21-year-old 23
that one,
years
that
old,
one, I don't.
24-year-old.
That one, if you're an adult, I'm not forgiving you. But like as a child, now that the parents have failed, that doesn't know. Like they don't have even some people that are some children that are exposed still because they're still children. No matter how developed we think Gen Zs are, because children are still children, you see that they will still make some really irrational decisions. And because if somebody that wants to come into their lives knows how to manipulate and really gaslight a whole lot, it's going to be really terrible for them as children. So
somebody's asking a question.
How do we? Okay, but how do we begin to like also talk about that for people that have lack of access to like those things that they need? To take responsibility for their lives.
I mean, this is a radio.
Yeah.
You guys are always on the air, whether it is convenient or not. You are always providing materials people need. There's social media, and you have a choice to be on Snap and do whatever you have to do, whatever you want to do with Snap. There are materials everywhere. So a child cannot say, I don't have access to materials. Even in school. Even in our environment, there are many people who have even who are even counselors. They didn't even go for anything. They are always everywhere. What I'm trying to say is there are lots of materials, more than millennials had during those days. It still comes back to how aware am I that I'm responsible for whatever happens to me in life, and what am I doing with my time? What am I doing with the resources available to me? And because before we start, look at Pella. Pella is how old? Look at Jarvis. Jarvis is how old? But look at what they've been able to achieve. That is as a result of the information they were exposed to at a very young age. And don't forget, let's say Jarvis came from like a very, but we all know that it's not likely that Pella had a lot of struggles. You understand? But what is happening to him now helps us see, in hindsight, that the guy really made up his mind long time ago about the kind of life that he wants to live. So what I'm saying is that if parents do not help their children to become responsible, once the child wakes up to the point where he or she is able to see that I'm responsible for my life, that child has to be able to start taking responsibility. I'm now calling on educators, I'm calling on leaders, I'm calling on content creators.
Yes.
I'm calling on radio presenters. I'm calling on everybody who has access to the mic.
Yeah.
That nowadays children are listening to you. You don't even know whether they watch your videos. So please, can you help them out so that even if their parents are not available and their teachers are not available, you are available. You're also on Snap. How can you help them out on Snap? And don't just use it for your own personal interest alone.
I think there's also this is actually a bigger problem. You think about it from the societal point of view as to what society has given room to get popular. You know, what we talk about the music, we talk about some of the creators on the internet that are now popular, even some of the shows that are popular. You ask yourself, how does this benefit the society when a young child sees this? You know,
and we're not asking people to do boring content.
Yeah,
you understand?
You
can do, because now okay, I want to learn romantic songs. I'm trying to listen to Westlife. I'm trying to be romantic. Yeah. Majority of all these romantic songs are, I want to jump. If you don't say yes, I will jump into I will jump somewhere. I will do. Can we? Is it not? Can we just sing love songs that does not involve? Look at what Bruno Mars also sang. Can we? Is it not? Can we just sing love songs without having to
be extreme?
Want to jump into the ocean? If you don't say yes, I'm gonna jump.
You understand? And gradually with that, you are able to educate people on how to live a romantic life without having to say, I'm blackmail the person that if you don't say yes to me, I will do this, I will do that. And then you now put it into a song. You now compose the song. You now give up. You now add to it very nice beats. People are now singing it and crying.
This person says here, is it the same for a man that doesn't love his mom will not know how to love or treat his wife in a lovable way.
Yes, because if you are about to enter maybe your talking stage and he does not have any serious relationship with his mother or with his sisters, my sister, run for your life.
But what if he has so serious of a relationship with his mother or his sisters?
What do they call it? That's the word for that.
Mommy's boy.
Mommy's boy.
No.
What is it? It's like, oh, let me call my mom and ask her. Can you sleep over at my place? Oh wait, hold on. Hello, mommy. Can she's
You too. Why are you attracting a guy that has issues
Yeah.
with making decisions?
Is indecisive.
You understand? So instead of pointing always the searchlight on the other person,
Looking word.
I attracted this guy.
How did I attract a guy that doesn't know how to make decisions on his own? He has to call his mommy for everything.
And if you are with a guy that does not know how to make decisions, if we check your life too during therapy session, we will see that you have decision making issues. Because only like pose attract. Decision making issues person will attract decision making issues.
Yes. Wow.
So the question is, if I don't have substance, I will attract somebody that does not
have substance.
If I have substance, I will attract somebody that attracts substance.
But I didn't know something is not just shared luck.
No, there's nothing like that. You forget about all those education there's nothing like luck. The fact that you can't explain something does not mean it is luck. Everything.
There's a lot of work
now
internally.
Everything we can explain every single thing.
Because in the podcast, the Cotty's podcast, the podcast now a video where she interviewed Tony Lumelu, and I think it's the first time I'm hearing that side of the story of Tony Lumelu on how he got this first banking job at the bank. He actually graduated with a 2-2, where he had then written to the MD of the bank that he would perform better than those that got a 2-1. And the PA was trying to explain why he always Lumelu always refers to the word luck. And he said, and the PA says that, what if they never read the letter? What if the letter never got to the table of the person that was supposed to see it? Which is why he said a lot of things he has, as much as he has worked at, there's also there's luck involved.
No, with due respect to Mr. Lumelu, look at him now. I think he just became chairman or bought another.
Yeah, from Adekola. I bought the company over from Adekola.
Nothing happens just like that though. Something made it happen. Look at Mr. Lumelu. Look at the kind of people he rose with. Do you think he's someone that puts things to chance? Look at his thought process. Look at the way he gets to approach issues and approach life. Look at his child. One of his daughters has a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he's lock, can you give back to? Do you know how articulate the lady is?
Very articulate, actually. I've listened to a few of the episodes.
Can you give back to your daughter like that? Just like that, will be so articulate. If you say it's from the mother, can you attract that kind of mother with just luck? So the fact that you can't explain something does not mean that it's luck. It's just what you might just be telling us that, okay, you don't understand why it is happening. But our thought processes, which is a result of the quality of the information we listen to, will determine what happens. And so you sending a letter, yes, the other person may not pick it. The other person picking it is as a result of your own thought process. Being certain. So you want to make sure that whatever you do, you're always intentional about it.
All right, we got a voice note that just came in, and it's I don't know, 4 minutes.
So almost 5 minutes voice notes.
Wow.
Let's listen.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. My name is God Knows Me. God knows you. I don't want to let me keep the name to myself. The topic or the message and the one you talk about Father's Day. My question is that how can I create good relationship between me and my husband and my 21 years old girl? She's my daughter. That man will beside you said something that why did you marry? Ask question that why did you marry a man that behave like that? You know men now how they used to keep their character. If you are a beautiful woman, and you are still on the way, they will give you everything positively. By the time you come enter, after introduction, everything, now so they go show their character. And you will not be looking at your side. Is it the man that I dated for 2 years? It's not our fault, your guy. Say, why did you marry? Why did you give a man that behaves like that a child? I have a daughter like that. There's no good relationship between her and dad. And it was the daddy that created it. Everything, shout. If she said, Mommy, I need 1,000, go and meet your daddy. If she goes there, first of all, she said, no, I'm not going. Yeah, if she goes there, instead of the daddy to say, Sheba, I gave you 1,000 yesterday. You will just be saying, Sheba, 1,000. My daughter will be shaking. She will now say, Mommy, the daddy, we give her the money. Oh. Instead of it to say, did I give you 1,000 yesterday? What did you do with it? Kill 1,000. She I gave you 1,000 yesterday. After giving her the money, later, if the money, she will now say, Mommy, I said I'm not going to my daddy place. I asked you to collect it from me. See what my daddy did. After he now shouted on me, now gave me the money. So what's the importance of the money now? When we are discussing about Father Day, I say, baby, wish your daddy happy Father Day. I say, did my daddy wish me happy Children Day? You understand? So a 21 is very, very difficult for me now to create a good relationship between my 21 years old daughter and her dad, because I don't even understand. Maybe that's the way they behave in the family, or maybe that. But I can see some of his brother, they are lovely with their children. If you want to annoy my child now, say, do this to your daddy. Say, hey, me, daddy me pariwo le mi lori. You understand? So I'm now begging you, Father, keep good relationship with your daughter, especially because what that man said touches me. That if you want to marry a girl, check the relationship between her and her dad. If the relationship is bad, that you will drop that lady. It's not so. It's not so. It's not so. What is bothering me now? What is giving me ugly mood is, how can I keep good relationship with my 21 years old girl and her dad? Because she grew up in that mood. She tells me everything, including everything. But if the dad is around, I used to call her dad one name, which I don't want to mention. And I discourage her for saying it. I will say, baby, stop that now. I don't used to be daughter, but I will advise her. So please, that man that said a good relationship, is talking about a good relationship between daddy and daughter, that you know, tell me, how can I do that? Is it too late for me to do that?
All right.
So please, I'm expecting my answer.
You're going to get your answer. Thank you very much for sharing with us. We're very grateful that you took the time to send.
Thank you very much.
And you were very detailed with the voice note. Thank you very much. Please, you can also remain anonymous if you have questions.
Yeah.
We wouldn't mention your name. We'll just read out your question and or play the voice note of your questions right here on the show. Stay with us this morning. You're still listening to The Blast Rise, and we have Dr. Michael joining us this morning. We're doing Talking Therapy Father's Day special.
Blast 98.3 FM.
Yes, still The Blast Rise with Dr. Michael this morning. We're doing Talking Therapy with Dr. Michael, and we just listened to the voice note of a mother who is worried about her daughter. We had said something very daring this morning, saying that if a woman or a girl child doesn't have a great relationship with the father, it's a red flag. And the mother here is concerned as to what can be done to help the 21-year-old girl have a relationship with the father. And she has established a couple of things. You know, the father has been described as quote unquote aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah. Emotionally unavailable. And also, you know, the daughter now has a mindset about the father, which the mother couldn't even say the name. The daughter calls the father. You know, and even as Father's Day approached, the mother asks the daughter to wish the father happy Father's Day, and the daughter goes to say, Did he wish me happy
You wish me
children?
happy children, so,
You know, so when this is a very concerning situation, it's very heartbreaking
Yeah.
because you can tell that the mother is really concerned. She's very worried about what can be done. Let it not be said of me that I didn't raise my child well.
All right, madam, we want to say we are so sorry for what is going on in your home, and so sorry about that. We're able to pick up some things. Number one is I don't think Daddy is fine. Daddy is not fine.
That is not fine.
And Daddy, there are several reasons that may be responsible for that, ranging from finances to career, then to his marriage. But from what you've said so far, I will go for top on my list to be the marriage. I don't think he's happy with his marriage because I also don't think you have a very good relationship with Daddy. And what people usually do is when they want to save, they go for saving the marriage first rather than saving their own lives, because the order is save yourself first before saving your marriage. Because it is when you are saved that you will know how to save your marriage.
Oh yeah.
So I feel that this marriage has to be saved. What is happening in the marriage may not be obvious, but there's something brewing. There's something coming up. Number two is the mental health of a child is an expression of what is happening in the marriage of the parents.
So the mental health of the child is directly proportional to the health of the marriage.
Yes. So if the marriage is good, the child will be good. And I'm not trying to oversimplify things. Number three is this child is already traumatized.
Yes, absolutely.
She already has trauma. I would say if a woman has trauma, that's a whole lot of issues coming together. And so all are saying, no, she's crying for help. Number four is that because it takes somebody who is in pain to cause pain. So Daddy is in pain.
It takes somebody who is in pain to cause pain.
So you want to try to make everybody around you to be in pain. And if you are happy, you want to also make everybody around you to be happy.
Absolutely.
So Daddy is not happy. There's something happening in Daddy's life. So, Mommy, I will want to ask you to please work on your relationship with your husband.
Yes.
Your daughter will see it because children learn by observation.
Yes.
She will see it and she will start respecting Daddy. I'm not saying that Daddy should be respected despite the fact that Daddy shouts on people. I'm only saying that once your marriage is good, Daddy will be happy. That will then have a positive impact
On their relationship.
on the daughter. And then the daddy will start having a very good relationship with the daughter. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So there's something wrong with this marriage and is now affecting the child. Now the mother seems to be relying on the daughter now as a partner. Seems that the father is not available. So most likely, I'm saying that the mother is also seeing the daughter as a friend and not the husband as a friend. And your best friend should be your husband. Now, I'm not saying after marriage, I'm saying you must marry your best friend. It's not that when you now marry, you now say,
You now become best friend.
because you are my wife, you are now my best friend. No, it doesn't work that way. If you were not my best friend before marriage, you cannot be my best friend after marriage.
That's the contrast between what is being taught in the society, that when you marry a man that you can respect.
Yes.
Instead of marrying a man that you can sit down with,
that can be your
laugh with
friend.
it and be your friend.
Because why will you marry somebody that you cannot call a business partner?
Somebody that you're fearful of.
They're afraid of.
Why is it just a bed partner? If somebody is
Why
not
are you even afraid of someone that you're bedding them? Is that not weird? I think the society is kind of like crooked for that. Because they tell you that you're supposed to, in some cases, we're talking this morning about how some men will see you and then the next thing they say you're talking to them because you're not married. So you're supposed to be very meek as a woman once you're married, and at the same time have a sexual relationship with the person that you cannot express yourself around. Is that not weird?
Yeah, it's very weird. And it goes back to the principle of making the choice of who to get married to. People are being asked, go and marry, but they are asking, what should I look out for? So at Quantum Consulting, we came up with 3 C's of compatibility. Sexual compatibility. When it comes to sexual orientation, are we aligned? You don't have to have sex to know that we are sexually aligned.
Compatible.
Number 2 is purpose compatibility. Are we going to the same place or similar places in life? Number 3 is core values compatibility. Do our core values align? A value is something that is non-negotiable. When you now say core value again, that's non-negotiable, non-negotiable. Do you even know your own non-negotiables? So it is on the basis of those 3 C's. And we are even saying that your choice of friend, your friendship should also be based on that.
Yeah.
This person, your colleagues are not your friends. Your neighbor is not your friend. And the person is also not your enemy. So whoever you say is your friend, we should be able to say that you guys have a lot in common. Do you have a lot in common when it comes to sex? Do you have a lot in common when it comes to core values? Do you have a lot in common when it comes to purpose? If not, then you cannot call that person your friend. And if you cannot call this person your friend, you cannot and you must not ever say yes or get married or date this person for the purpose of getting married.
Dr. Michael, some people are already in that situation.
So for those who are in the situation,
yes,
you now need to use all that we have said just to be able to know how deep you are in the situation. And then from there, always listen to this radio program. Send in questions. We will answer it. And then if you want to have a personal session,
reach out to Dr. Michael.
You understand?
Quickly, I wanted us to talk about the part of responsibility, because there's sometimes that some adults realize that it's important that I have this relationship with my parents and I'm trying to build it. But then the parents are not, children are making efforts, but the parents are not budging because they think, oh, you're supposed to respect me. I'm your father, I'm your mother. You're supposed to respect me. My word is a yes and amen. So what then happens? Because now the adult is not taking rest because the child was not, it's not the child's fault. Any of this is not, the child did not ask for this, which I watched the series Polygamist, and one of the things I was able to take away was the children in that series, they were not asked to be born, but they were all traumatized by the decisions that their parents made.
Yeah.
But the parents did not, none of them took responsibility for just how terrible, their behaviors have affected the lives of their children.
Because those parents too are children. If you look at this, our beautiful mom, I just talked.
Yeah.
If you check to see what's the kind of relationship she also has with her dad.
So it goes.
So women that have not good relationship with their dad will end up attracting men that are like their dads because they are angry with their dad.
Hey,
that was why we started with ladies should make sure first of all that they settle, because they are carrying the energy of attracting the person that they hate. So build a relationship with your dad and you will not attract, at least you would have settled that part. There are many other parts that you need to settle, but at least you have already settled that part of not attracting somebody like your dad that you hate.
So let's quickly talk to the dads too. Let's talk to the parents too that are quite stubborn.
Daddy, we are sorry that we do not in any way celebrate you that much. You are the one that holds everybody together in the family. Everybody's lives is like literally tied to yours. We are asking that you cry out for help immediately once you see that you don't have enough capacity to handle what you have already entered into. And 2, we are asking that you ask yourself questions like, who am I? What's my life purpose? And then, do I have a future? We're also asking that you get yourself exposed to information or information channels that will be of help to you. Then your friends, have friends that will contribute value into your life. Don't transfer your aggression, your frustration to your family members. Try to seek for help. Reach out on this radio show anonymously. Do everything you can to get help. Don't stay too long in a withdrawn state. Come out as fast as possible. Your wife wants you. and that's why she's shouting. Forgive her for over what she exaggerating the whole matter.
Yes.
And just see what she's doing as a feedback to helping you get yourself back, because it will also help her to get herself back.
All right.
Take responsibility.
We have to go now. And if you're looking to listen to this episode or today's conversation again, it will be uploaded on Spotify and other streaming platforms, wherever you can find Dr. Michaels across social media platform. If you're trying to reach Dr. Michael, just type Dr. Michael on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. The doctor spelled in full, DoctorMichaels on all platforms. Go to Spotify. You can download Spotify on your phone. It's a free app. You don't need to pay or subscribe to use it.
Yeah.
And you can listen to every episode that we have ever done on this show right there on Dr. Michael's account on Spotify. Thank you again, Dr. Michael.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I think maybe we can pick this up on just dealing with the entire relationship between parents and children and how that in turn affects the life of the child.
Right.
We'll do that next week. Thank you very much, Dr.
Next week
Michael.
is the
Thank
last
you.
Tuesday. But
Next week is last Tuesday of the month.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys have a way of always managing it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.